In today's video, I want to go over some awesome free stuff available right now in the form of two great free dynamic themes on the PlayStation Store, so we'll go over that. Also, one of those dynamic themes is for The Last of Us Part 2, and we have an update on The Last of Us Part 2. The Ellie edition has been restocked, and we have an update on the PAX East hands-on and more, so we'll go over that. There's an in-depth PlayStation blog post. I'll leave a link to it in the description box below, but we'll talk all about that. Dreams is out today for early access buyers. The full game update is available right now, and it has also gotten a launch trailer, so we'll cover that. We'll talk all about that at the end of this video, but first up, over on the PlayStation Store right now, you can get a free The Last of Us Part 2 dynamic theme. If you're in America, you can use a promo code in 4FMP BBNM J5L3. We'll leave a copy of that code in the description box below where you can check it out for yourself and copy paste it. I know it's a little bit difficult to just write it all out, whatever the case may be. It's not too difficult, just type it in and you will get the theme for free. Also, The Last of Us Part 2, the theme changes depending on the PlayStation 4 system clock in day and night, so I think that's a pretty cool inclusion as well. Everybody and their mother is excited for The Last of Us Part 2, so why not deck out your PlayStation 4 a little bit with this free dynamic theme? I don't know if it's going to be available forever, so I would take advantage of it as soon as possible. Usually with these themes that are utilized via a promo code, they're only available for a set duration, and then maybe they'll come out, but then at that point, they're sometimes $2.99. So I would take advantage of that right now. Also, the Yakuza Remastered Collection dynamic theme is free on the PlayStation Store, but you must purchase Yakuza Remastered Collection, so that is something to note. But I imagine a lot of you guys are picking up Yakuza Remastered Collection on PSN. Maybe you have already picked it up, so this would be a nice dynamic theme to get with that, and this just came out yesterday. Even if you picked up Yakuza Remastered Collection when it started to roll out the games back in August of last year, you can now add this to your library as well. This one is just available directly on the PlayStation Store, so do check that out. And if you've yet to pick up the Yakuza Remastered Collection, I know some of you guys meme on me for talking about Yakuza all the time, but the franchise is fantastic, and to get Yakuza 3, 4, and 5 for $60 in one collection, that is a no-brainer. Obviously, if you're just getting into the series, I would start with Yakuza 0, then work your way up chronologically because they are connected. And Yakuza 0, of course, serves as a prequel to Yakuza Kiwami. You can play that, then Kiwami 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you can also play Judgment, which is a fantastic game, and Yakuza 7 just came out over in Japan. I imagine it'll come out stateside later this year, and that's more of a turn-based RPG, a very, very different kind of experience than the Yakuza experiences we've been used to, but still, I'm all for the Yakuza team trying things differently. I think that's something that will help them grow as a studio, because at the end of the day, if you're a creative studio, you want to work on something different. Yes, they probably enjoyed their time with Yakuza, but at some point you would have to imagine that that got a little bit redundant working on the same style of game. They probably enjoyed working on that same style of game, and they were probably inspired by how high quality those games were and how well they were received, but at some point you do have to move away from that, and at least for a little bit of period of time, try something a little bit differently. Now I'm getting on a tangent, but the Yakuza Remastered Collection dynamic theme is available free right now for all of you that picked up the Yakuza Remastered Collection on the PlayStation Store. Unfortunately, it looks like if you did buy it physically, you don't get this theme. I don't know if the physical version, because it does come with some other goodies, if it comes with this theme. It probably does. I would think that would be the case. But nonetheless, there you have that. Alright, moving on from that, The Last of Us Part 2 Ellie Edition has been restocked, and PAX East hands-on has been detailed, and more. As noted by Arne Meyer, Director of Communications over at Naughty Dog, the road to launch on May 29th begins. There are a scant 108 days to go until The Last of Us Part 2 releases on May 29th. We are thrilled to say that we've entered the final stretch of production and are putting the finishing touches on The Last of Us Part 2 as you read this. The end of development puts us one very large step closer to launch. We know all of you have been so patient over the last few years, so it's been thrilling to see our game taking on its final shape, and knowing that means it will be in your hands soon. Today we're kicking off regular communications about The Last of Us Part 2 with a few awesome announcements. The Last of Us Part 2 Ellie Edition has returned. You've been sending us letters, emails, and messages on social media asking if we could get more Ellie editions in your hands. This is the premier edition of The Last of Us Part 2, and it's relatively expensive as well. Since selling out last September, we've been working closely with the teams at PlayStation to make more The Last of Us Part 2 Ellie editions. We're delighted to let you know that the Ellie edition will be back and available for pre-order in limited quantities, available at select retailers across the US and Canada only. So that is surely going to upset some people. Starting Thursday, February 13th at 6 a.m. Pacific time at Amazon, Best Buy, GameStop, Walmart.com, Target, and Canada exclusively at EB Games for $229.99 USD or $299.99 Canadian. That's the MSRP. If you're unaware of what all of the Ellie Edition entails, you get a PlayStation 4 dynamic theme, PlayStation Network avatars, a set of 6, a digital soundtrack, digital mini art book from Dark Horse. Pre-order and receive the following in-game items at launch as well: ammo capacity upgrade, crafting training manual, and that is just the digital content. On top of that, you get a steel bookcase with the full game, a 12-inch Ellie statue of her playing the guitar, 48-page mini art book from Dark Horse, Ellie's backpack, Ellie's bracelet, The Last of Us Part 2 logo patch, lithograph art print, and a thank you letter, 7-inch vinyl record featuring music from the original soundtrack, and a set of 5 stickers and a set of 6 enamel pins. So all of that, $230 is a little bit pricey, but usually, as is the case with these premier exclusive collector's editions or whatever, they are a little bit higher priced than when you objectively assess the price of each individual item. Maybe it doesn't quite equal out to $230, but they know what they're doing. This is targeting the hardest of the hardcore, the fandom of The Last of Us Part 2, that they're gonna pay just about anything to get the premier edition, and I understand why they do price it as highly as they do. And hey, the statue itself is pretty nice, and you get a freaking backpack, you get a 48-page book, you get the steel bookcase. There's a lot of cool stuff in there, so I do think it's going to be something worth checking out. The Last of Us Part 2 hands-on demo at PAX East 2020 has also been detailed. Not only did Ellie and Joel's journey begin in Boston, but PAX East also has special meaning for us. It was where we gave you the first ever opportunity to go hands-on with The Last of Us back in 2013. Obviously, Last of Us came out in June of 2013, so PAX East would have been just a few months before that. Hey, lining up pretty perfectly with The Last of Us Part 2 if you look at everything. We thought it would only be fitting to return to that city that started it all and give players the first ever public hands-on with The Last of Us Part 2. From February 27th until March 1st, attendees will have an opportunity to play Patrol, featuring an early area of the game where Ellie and Dina must venture out of Jackson into the surrounding areas to clear out infected. The demo will span an hour of gameplay and provide just a small glimpse of what awaits you into the full game. An hour of gameplay is a lot, so that is something that's great. Attendees can visit the booth to play the demo, but space is limited. We recommend securing your spot via the Experience PlayStation mobile app, available on the App Store and Google Play. New appointments will be made available each day of the show. For more information about the demo and to get updates about our presence at PAX East, keep an eye on Naughty Dog's Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram pages. And lastly, there are new collectible Ellie statue and concept art prints following up the 12-inch limited edition Ellie statue revealed on Outbreak Day 2019. We've teamed up with Dark Horse once again to release a brand new 8-inch Ellie with machete, polarizant statuette, designed and sculpted by our incredibly talented character artist. The new statuette will be a limited production run based on the number of pre-orders received through Dark Horse Direct before March 13, 2020. After that, it's gone. You can begin pre-ordering today. Additionally, Dark Horse will be releasing an 8-inch PVC version of the Ellie with bow statue revealed last year, which will be available at participating retailers this summer. Also, they note our friends at Cook and Becker, I should say, have launched a set of new concept art prints from The Last of Us Part 2. These new pieces join the collection of designs released last year and can be purchased as a museum-grade quality art prints individually numbered and packaged with a certificate of authenticity. You can see them now at cookandbecker.com. And lastly, there's new key art wallpapers and a free PlayStation 4 static dynamic theme that we just went over, so you can check that out as well. A ton of Last of Us Part 2 updates heading into the release on May 29th. Hey, I wish the game didn't get delayed, because if it hadn't gotten delayed, we would just be a few weeks away from release, but that is how the gaming world sometimes works. At least it's still coming out, and I'm still super excited to check it out. Alright, lastly, covering a couple of things. The Dreams launch trailer has been posted. Publisher Sony Interactive Entertainment and developer Media Molecule have released the launch trailer for Dreams, which is due out for PlayStation 4 on February 14th. Users who purchase the early access version of Dreams can download the full game update today, and here is an overview of the game from PlayStation.com. Of course, explore and play in an ever-expanding Dreamverse, bursting with creativity exclusivity, Dreams is an extraordinary, ever-expanding game universe from the award-winning Media Molecule creators of Little Big Planet and Tearaway, where you can discover community-made games from around the world and learn to make your own game. Of course, this is a game that over the course of 5 to 10 years is going to evolve a lot. It's already been detailed by Shuhei Yoshida as well as Media Molecule that this game is going to have an evolution attached to it where it's going to be around for a long time. It's going to be updated. People are going to figure out how to make the most compelling games possible, and that's what we saw with Little Big Planet as well, to a smaller scale since that game was just about creating levels, but over time you would see more and more amazing levels get created, and I imagine that's what we're going to see here. And that's going to conclude this video, guys. Again, check out the free The Last of Us Part 2 dynamic theme on PSN right now. We'll leave a code for that in the description box below. Yakuza Remastered Collection dynamic theme is free for those of you guys that pick up the collection on PS4. Last of Us Part 2 has gotten a bevy of updates. The Ellie edition has been restocked. PAX East goers are going to have a significant demo to try out and much more, and Dreams' launch trailer has been uploaded and the full game for early access buyers is available right now. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.